Tommy, but next day.
I think I know why we don't have one.
You hear it too?
Sounds
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Sounds like a tornado siren in the
That's
distance
what
or
I
something.
was thinking.
I'll give it between you.
She is a stranger. How are you doing?
Huh?
Do you have current billing rates?
I exist.
Did you get the bear kids? Get the bear kids?
No, tonight.
Tonight?
Af-
Okay.
yeah, later.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw it come up on my calendar.
Okay. That'd be some engagement on my phone.
That's your agenda. We can get another one.
I call this meeting to order, roll call.
Mark Bruce,
Here.
Lawrence Diedrich,
Here.
Karen Greenlee, Larry Stoldorf,
Here.
Chief Buchholz,
He's making a copy for me, he's here.
absent.
No, no extra pay. All right, first thing here is the fire EMS reports. Updates. Have them in front of you. Anyone have any questions? Right. Purchase of turnout gear. Get one, a quote, I guess, for one set of turnout gear. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure if they lost damage to set, I didn't look at the size. I know that this had, I'll never think of her name. Yeah,
Katie.
okay, she just passed fire one, and she is smaller probably than I could hear that. But, I don't know. I can't answer the question. They're not here to tell.
What was the cost of that to get?
For everything.
4,000. I just thought that was.
Well, that's about right.
About right, yeah.
That's right, that's what it is now,
And
after,
that's
after
all
COVID,
one
that's one person.
Wow.
Well, that's right. Boots are worth $500.
$330.
But they did have a grant, and it was either 22 or 23 of it. To get all the gear up to date, so I don't know, like I say, if some scam likely. Don't know. Try to call Bruce or
Can we call Carl right now?
I don't want you to do it, no.
Okay.
We have phones up here. We can do it that way, or, I don't know, he may still be working, but.
Maybe Bruce could be here.
Hi, Carl, Mark here. Hey, there's some questions in regards to the turnout gear that you've got here. The one set, so that was the question. It's one set, did we lose a set? Is this for someone else? This is coming under capital, that's okay. Would be under the capital. You must have, yes, okay. Right. Right, okay. I hear you. Okay. Okay. No, I think I can answer the rest of them. That was just a question. All right. Thank you. Right, he's just using his capital budget. So motion to send that to the board, it would be in order.
You want it like a separate item?
I don't, is it in there? I don't think we need to.
Okay.
I think it just needs to be on the add-ons. So maybe we can make a motion. You made a motion, second. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. EMS billing rates increase. All got those. All right, what you have in front of you is what the current rates are. Current rates are $20 a mile. $12.67 on the ALS. BLS is $1,050 and $14.14 on ALS2 emergent. And then you have your charges of $5.25 if you go to the scene, and on the ALS side, if you go to the scene and you don't transport them, but they still do get a bill. And that is $5.25, and then BLS is $2.06. Suggested prices or raises to the billing rates, taking the mileage from 20 to 32.66. ALS emergent is 1873.41, and that's from 12.67. BLS emergent is 1577.63, and that's up from 10.50. And these are suggested costs from the billing people. This is the average. And this is also what the studies have just come up with recently as to what it's costing departments to run. And then the ALS2 emergent is 27.11.52, and the current rate presently is 14.14, so that just about doubles that. And then the no transport would stay the same. That's usually including it now, because they bundle everything. But the only people that it's going to affect are the non-payers, or the private payers, and the private insurance. Because Medicare and Medicaid always have their own standard rates. It's about $5.65 right now a transport for Medicare. I think it's $2.67 or something like that for Medicaid. So that won't change. You're gonna get those numbers regardless, but, this is suggested, I mean, plus Medicare also suggests that, so they do pay the full amounts of that $5.35 for ALS and money. So this is really a no-brainer to me. It needs to, and this is not even the full amount that they should go on everything.
You think it should be that 350% increase then?
Yeah, I think we're way below. And it's going to, it's gonna help pay for the payroll on 391.
Good.
They didn't have a comparison, last week. I'll have four others, but I can tell you, Clinton is $2,200 all across the board. Beloit is in that area too.
That's what I was gonna basically get at. Compare what Clinton is.
This was going to be voted down by Darien on this, because we both have to be the same.
I'm trying not to.
Thank you.
Need a motion to the board?
We would need a motion for that, yeah. That we have to have, because they need to have the minutes from a meeting, this meeting and that meeting. Well, more of that meeting than this one, but they approved will show.
Make a motion that we send to the board the EMS billing rate increase.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to increase the EMS billing rates as presented. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Shared services update. All right, was it last Wednesday? Yeah.
So,
As things run together. They're suggesting a pay increase for the Darien Sharon EMS crews because they're having a tough time as far as finding employees. So they suggested it's about 8%. They did give us a comparison there. Presently, Med 391 is paying $16.61 for a basic, and on average, they're about $5 less, $4.91 less than the area like Geneva, Fontana, Town of Delavan, Elkhorn. The average is $21.52. Firefighter EMT Advanced, presently $18.21. Town of Delavan is paying $22.28. Lake Geneva, $24.11. Elkhorn is $21.58, so the average is $22.76. So there again, they're about $4.50 less. And then the paramedic, presently they're paying $25.54. Town of Delavan is $27.58. Lake Geneva is $25.82. Fontana is $26.57. Elkhorn is $22.91. So the average is $25.72, and they're pretty close on that. They're actually, that one says 18 cents like to increase the wages for the paramedic. The top paramedic, the $27.58, presently $25.54. The other two would be $25.96, they're presently at $24.04. And then the A's, their number doesn't match here, because she's got it at 1821, but now here she shows 1979 and 1876. So those don't match very well, but the top A would go to 2137, the second one would be 2026. And then the EMT basic, they've got them at 1794 from 1661. For a grand total of everything, would be about $30,000 difference. 8 to 10% depending on where you're at. This sheet that they gave us is kind of weird too. I looked at it a little deeper today, and for some reason they split the paramedic half wages basically, look down to full-time hours. They have 2 vacant medic spots right now. So this, I'm not sure how well this graph is for us at this point. We have a meeting in September. Try to get it closer. We'll have some questions and try to get a better number here. Just so everyone is aware that we're looking for an increase in wages. Yeah, after 3 years, you have to have your hours. I'm not sure what their hours are. I know what I have to have. Right. Yes, they are. We just added a bunch of the B's and the A's. You can't even do it basic in a semester anymore. Right.
Certified.
Yep, you're good.
Go stay home.
Yep, right. All right, any other questions on that? Any questions on that? All right, police department update, reports.
Everybody has a copy in front of you, under general information, National Night Out went. It was very well attended, the village extravaganza event, without any problems. I listed on here, we were doing an investigation on a gentleman who had his identity theft, identity stolen from him. It was used to purchase a lot of items up at Best Buy, Appleton, Oshkosh, as part of a ring that's going on throughout the state of Wisconsin. The suspect is from New York, but he just got stopped yesterday by the Montana State Police. So yes, I have an active warrant here, but I'm not sure, they may just be I and Officer Fell went to the school, talked to the principal, administrator, to see if we could get involved at the school a little bit more. We always have been over the last 6 years I've been here, but thought maybe we could do a little bit more. So it was very productive. I'm reviewing departmental policies this month. I'll be updating and adding some as needed. I don't know if the committee wants to have a copy of that in the future. I mean, we're not a police and fire commission, but I'd be willing to hand that out once I'm done with it. Talk about that later. On August 13th, the department heads will be having a meeting with FirstNet, AT&T, to see if we want to switch over our cell phone or Wi-Fi options. I'm sure a lot of people can attest to in the village once US Cellular was bought out by T-Mobile. There's been some issues. Sometimes some people have had that fixed because they just need to replace the phones from the US Cellular phones to the T-Mobile supported phones. But I've been having a lot of drop calls, a lot of the officers are having drop calls, it takes days sometimes for texts to get through. So FirstNet has been asking to have a meeting for many years, but I said it makes no sense, and with that works here is US Cellular. But this might be the time to look into FirstNet. I know you know what FirstNet is, but for those that don't know, basically it's a phone system for first responders. It takes you out of the broadband spectrum and puts you in a different one, which allows you to receive calls, send out things, priority over the rest of the general public. They're usually very successful. It makes sense for big cities like Alpine Valley when they have their concert. You can't get a cell phone call out. I know we don't have huge events, but 4th of July, we had a lot of problems getting phone calls out. Again, there was a storm the day before that probably affected it. But if we can get FirstNet at a lower price than what T-Mobile's offering, and now that AT&T is on the tower here, it might make sense to explore it. I've been given the task to do that. I emailed the representative from our area who's from Whitewater, and he'll be coming down on August 13th. So if anyone wants to be involved with that meeting, feel free to come. Also, there is a Teams meeting email address that he sent to me. So we'll be able to, if you can't make it, you want to just jump on board Teams meeting, we'll be able to do that as well. Just get with me on what that address is. Statistics as of today, the State Department has recorded 553 calls for service from July 9th to August 5th. Total number of calls for service so far for this year is 5,354 calls. Major investigations this month that mostly Sergeant Apker is following up on is the 2 sexual assaults, search warrant that we had on South Street, and we finished up a fraud case from last month. Lock camera system was not used at all this month. Court proceedings, municipal trials, we have 1 this month. We have no circuit court trials. Property compliance citations, I didn't issue any because we didn't get the activity report. Community service hours, there's been none. Events with the PD involvement coming up, I think it's just rounded to manure as far as I know. Vehicle information, squad 3, check engine light came on again for the 3rd time. We've had it checked twice, fix those problems. Now it's come up again. I believe it's probably another oxygen sensor. But we'll look into that probably next week. Sharon. Squad 1 had its key fob repaired. It broke down, don't know why. A gentleman came out from Elkhorn and programmed it today. Mileage for the squad 1, 2024 squad, the Dodge, 38,000 miles. Squad 2 has 9,902 miles. Squad 3 has 81,280 miles. Training, I'm going up to the Wisconsin Chiefs of Police Association Conference in Green Bay this weekend. I'll be there for 3 days. On August 18th through 19th, Detective Apker will be attending a CART training, child abduction training in Elkhorn. It's free. And my social media information is on the bottom. And on a side note, I did hear that there's some complaints about squad car traveling fast on Baldwin Street, especially in front of the ice cream shop. I've sent out an email to all the officers addressing it, making sure that maybe in the summer go an alternative route, maybe take Plank Street all the way to Martin. Don't know which officer that would have been.
Would have been last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
It's 7:30.
Okay. So I can look into that a little bit more now, but that email I blankly went out to everybody, so hopefully we slow this speeds down. Any questions?
Nothing.
Wednesday, 7:30 in the morning, is that what you said?
Yeah, PM.
Oh, 7:30 p.m.
Alright, update on squad sale.
That's not supposed to be.
Never mind.
It was so. Code enforcement reports and budget.
I don't have
Obviously,
it.
no report. Because I don't know, but budget, she's about out of money.
She pretty much is out of money, so I need some direction. she needs some direction.
At this point, all we can do is
Want her to stop?
when she's needed, pay her by the hour, but other than that, I think her contract is out at this point.
So just have her deal with complaints?
That's about all we can do.
Okay.
And that's above and beyond. You know, some of the complaints we'll have to try to do, I think, too.
I think Brad's dealing with one. I'm gonna have to put the grass
Unfortunately.
and weeds to Eric, which he does anyway.
Right, yeah, that's his, that's my opinion, you guys may have something else.
But I'm afraid that we will get property owner complaints. So I don't want it to wait. I mean, we have to decide if you want her to just deal with the complaints that we get in office.
We're gonna have to sort them out. I don't think the little ones, I think we'll have to try to handle those. You guys may have a different opinion on that.
So if I'm understanding right, moving forward, if they're small enough and they don't need to have Allison or Shannon get involved,
Well,
they should be directed to us.
Shannon's different. Shannon.
Yeah, I lumped her in, I probably shouldn't have, but we get those complaints too. And we usually forward to her, so I'm not forwarding anything that we can't take care of, is that right?
And a lot of the reason is for the rental inspections
Right, absolutely.
that shoot up, I don't know, more than a third of her budget. So she actually emailed me and said that we should look at the landlord ordinance again, and so that's probably
I
gonna.
really don't think we need to be doing that building, but they've done a very good job with it since the owners.
And then we're gonna tell Eric, that he's gonna take care of the weed problems, right?
Yeah, he probably knows, cause sometimes she'll do some and he'll do some, and I'll just make sure he's doing them. It's more grass,
Right, this time of year.
which isn't growing now anyway.
Sidewalks and, in the winter.
Do you
So
want me
that,
to
I
put
think that needs to go
on the board?
Anything else there?
Sort.
For the rest of this year? Unless you guys got money in your pocket. What's that?
I have none on for it.
Okay.
So I work at the restaurant.
All right. Then, well, you need a motion for that. I'll make that motion. Second. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, motion to go into closed session as allowed by Wisconsin statute 19.52, personnel matters as it relates to record.
I'll make that motion to go into closed session.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote.
Ward Stever,
Yes.
Karen Greenlee, Mayor Scoville, Mark Bush,